Wife's away at church, so I did something I shouldn't have done. I'm just kidding. I watched a horror movie. I watched a horror movie. Holy crap. Okay, all right. Now, when Netflix revealed the trailer for this movie, this is my Bob Ross shirt. I love my Bob Ross shirt. Isn't that awesome? I love my Bob Ross shirt. Okay. When Netflix revealed that they had this movie, The Babysitter, coming out, I was really excited. Why? Samara Weaving is in it. Now, Samara Weaving, for people who don't know who she is, might be the most beautiful woman on the planet. They brought her in towards the end of season one of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and as soon as I laid eyes on her, I'm like, oh, how are they going to kill her? Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, no. And I was right. I was right. The whole way through, I was like, she's... And the best part of her character in Ash vs. Evil Dead was that she was how normal people would react to demons possessing people and blood everywhere. And every time she screamed or freaked out, they're like, just shut up. Deal with it. Shut up. And it's like, it was great. And then she's dead. When I saw she was in this movie, I was like, wow, Samara Weaving as a lead actress in a horror movie. I like it. And then it turns out she's the killer. She's psychotic. So the synopsis, and I'm not giving anything away that's not in the trailer. This kid's getting picked on a lot. He's a nerd. He's a wuss. He nobody likes him. He has a babysitter. So he's 12 years old and he still has a babysitter, which is kind of weird. But his babysitter is Samara Weaving, so point to him. Hello. And she hangs out with him and he drives around with her in her car, and then like they go swimming together when she comes over, and I'm like, I would have needed a babysitter when I was 12 if I had Samara Weaving living in my neighborhood. I would have been like, Mom, I think I need a babysitter for a while. So, wow. And the thing with Samara Weaving, I like her, and the one she reminds me a lot of Gillian Jacobs. Gillian Jacobs is Britta from Community. She reminds me a lot of Britta, and I like Britta. Anyways, in this movie, she's babysitting Cole, who's our protagonist in this movie, and I like Cole because I identify with the kid a little too much in certain spots. Not the fear of needles. The fear of needles, I didn't have that problem in middle school, but the whole standing up for yourself thing, I never did it. I would get picked on. I'd have people hitting me with crap. I got picked on all the way through high school till senior years, and then, by the time grade 11 and 12 rolls around, a lot of the bullies have dropped out of school, so I wasn't getting bullied as much, if at all. In my senior year, I don't think I got bullied at all. But still, grades 8, 9, and 10 were just a shit show. So I identified with the kid when he's getting picked on, and he's got people throwing shit at him all the time. So I was like, you know what? I've been there. So he's got the hot babysitter coming over. I've mentioned she's hot. The movie makes it very clear that this is a big plot point, and I don't mind. Cole's got this girl in school who clearly has the hots for him, and she sort of reminds me of Chloe Moritz or Brie Larson in her appearance. She reminds me a lot of Brie Larson, actually, in her appearance. And she likes him, but he's too clueless to know. That reminds me of me at that age, too. There are girls I look back now, and I'm like, Shannon, that girl in school might have actually liked you while you were pursuing everything else. Anyways, so Cole talks to this girl, and he's like, so usually I go to sleep when she comes over, and I don't know what goes on when I'm not here. And she's like, your babysitter's having people over to have sex with them. That's what people do when the kids go to sleep. They have their boyfriends over to have sex. You've got to stay up. So Cole stays up, and people come over, so it's like, orgy time. And he looks up what an orgy is on the internet. I thought that was really funny. I thought, at 12, you're getting a little more than you can handle if you Google the word orgy. Don't do it. Don't. It's a band. Orgy's a band. That's all it is. There's nothing else to the word orgy. Anyways, so he witnesses them playing Truth or Dare with a bottle. Spin the bottle and Truth or Dare are different. Whenever I've played Truth or Dare, you just go around the circle. You don't spin the bottle to decide who the Truth or Dare is. And then when you dare somebody to kiss somebody else and you spin the bottle, you're playing Spin the Bottle. Anyways, so there's this really hot lesbian kiss that takes place because obviously a dude made the movie. And then again, I'm not giving anything away that's not in the trailer. She kisses the last guy in the circle, and she stabs him with a pair of knives. And you find out that the babysitter is a Satanist. And so are all of the other kids at this party, except one, who is the murder victim. And it goes from there. Now, if you don't want spoilers, go ahead and shut this down here. I won't say anything further. I will only say watch this movie on Netflix. It's called The Babysitter, and it's great. I'll wait. You still here? Have you watched it? If you haven't watched it, why do you care about me giving you... Okay, you know what? I'll do the spoilers, but I'm not going to spoil everything for you. First off, if you are a horror movie fan and you like seeing creative kills, ta-da, without torture, ta-da, this movie's got it in spades. From Cole's first murder being kind of accidental to the fact that he kind of kills everybody, and yet he's this wussy, nerdy guy, and yet, you know, when his back's against the wall, yeah, he comes out and murders people. That was kind of, and I thought they were going to go with bumbling. I figured it would be a bumbling way for him to kill them all. And then at the end of the movie, when he's standing tall and the police are coming, I realized this is what Home Alone would have been if Quentin Tarantino had made the movie. This is a home invasion style thing. I know it's the babysitter and she's allowed, but everybody else got invited over by the babysitter. The parents didn't know that the babysitter's inviting all these people over. They're out having sex somewhere. And the kid has to fight off all of these interlopers in his home. And he finds these creative trap-ish ways to do it. It's Home Alone, Tarantino style. And it's fun. There were some moments I really liked. I really liked the quarterback dude. I like that when Cole woke up, he just goes, "Why is that guy shirtless?" And they're like, "That's your first question?" So they've got Cole tied to a chair. Wakes up and, "Why does that dude not have a shirt on?" And it's because he got covered in blood. I thought it was kind of amazing. And him chasing Cole around, and then when Cole gets to confront his bully, he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to stop trying to kill you because I want you to go out and confront your bully. Go out and confront him." And then, of course, Cole screws that up, and he ends up literally with egg on his face. And the guy's like, "Well, Cole, you gave it a shot, and now I'm going to kill you anyways." And it's just... There's so many good moments in this movie, and it's got some elements of Zombieland in it. It's got some elements of Friday the 13th in the style of the kills. It's got some elements of Ash vs. Evil Dead in the blood spatter everywhere. It's got elements of, like I said, Home Alone. It's there. It's there. There's traps. He doesn't intentionally set the traps, but once people are in there and you realize, holy crap, this is going to kill them, it's pretty awesome. When he blew the one girl up, and then, he blows this girl up, who I didn't like her at all. So he blows her up, and the football guy sees it. He's like, "Did you just blow her up?" That's kind of awesome. I had anticipated. The one swerve in this movie I had waited for, and it didn't happen. You can count, well, at the end, she kind of did, but she kind of didn't. B kind of tried to get Cole to join and become a Satanist. I was waiting for it. When Cole blew up the chick that was under the house, I thought, okay, now the football player is going to say, "You know what? You're really good at this killing thing. You could be one of us. Why are we fighting like this? Why don't we come together? We'll come up with a plan. Come on, I'll take you back to the house. We'll come up with a plan. You should be one of us because, man, you were really good at this killing thing." And it didn't happen. And it's too bad because, honestly, that would have been a funny twist. But at the same time, I loved the way this went down. I loved everything about it. I cheered every death. I applauded every death. I was on my feet watching the last half hour of this movie. When a good horror movie is on my television, I don't sit on the couch. I stand and watch it. Because I'm moving. I'm like, "Yeah, good job. Excellent. Perfect. This is great." And I'm cheering for the protagonist. And a good horror movie makes you cheer for the protagonist, not for Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. And at the same time, at the end of the movie, when she's trying to reason with him, and she's like, "Come on, Cole, join me." And I'm like, man, if even though I'd seen her kill these people, and even though I know she's satanic, if she's standing there in those short shorts, giving me those beautiful blue eyes, and she's like, "Come on, join me," I'd be like, "Hail Satan." And, the whole world would die, is what I'm saying, if Samara Weaving's standing in front of me saying, "Come on, I got this Satan book. We can rule the world together." I'd be like, "Yep." And 12-year-old me, I would have set fire to my house. She's... The acting in this was much better than it really should have been. It's a Netflix original, meaning that it may have been a movie that was made for TV that just didn't end up getting onto TV. It's a really, really good movie. It was better than I'd expected, and I expected to be entertained. It was funnier than I'd expected. It was... there wasn't a boring moment in it. There was no jump scares either. I was really surprised. There was one moment there where I thought there was going to be a jump scare with Allison, who's this cheerleader who gets shot in the boob, and then they make this big thing out of her getting shot in the boob, and how the funniest line that she delivers is something along the lines of "Guys will never want a motorboater," and the black character, and I say black character because I don't know if he has a name, but he's like, "Oh, Gwen, you want to go smooth, slow, or fast?" And it is so funny because she's bleeding to death, or it looks like she is, and he's offering to motorboat her, and I, it's there's so much ridiculous in this. I know Yvonne couldn't have got through this. One of the problems, one of the reasons that this is my review, my sense of humor and Yvonne's sense of humor are completely different when it comes to this kind of movie. When there's this dark humor that involves a lot of blood and guts and stuff, and I laugh pretty hard at it, and she thinks I'm disturbed. And it's because when it's played like this, and again, I go back to Hostel and Saw and those movies where it's just all torture and it's really kind of gross, and you're like, looks really realistic. This movie doesn't try to do that. This movie's just, yeah, so on his way down the stairs, he broke his neck there, and then he falls over, and then something goes through his neck here, so we're showing you he's dead. But there's no suffering, there's no gurgling, there's no, like, it's just, they're just dead. The guy who gets the knife stuck in his head, he's got knives stuck in his brain, and he's still talking. He's still talking. So, there's clearly some ridiculousness in this. There's some moments that couldn't happen in a real situation. A guy, you're not going to be talking while you have two knives stuck in your brain. It's just not going to work. Not to mention, sticking knives in somebody's brain like that would take some serious strength. But she reveals at the end, hey, I got strength from the devil. So, all right, she got strength from the devil. She should have been asking to run a little faster. And there's minor plot holes, I guess. Somebody's running around in this movie after the murder scenes and cleaning up a lot. There's somebody who's an unseen part of this that's got Clorox bleach and some serious rags, and they're cleaning up murder scenes. Because when the kid comes back, everything's cleaned up. And they don't show anybody cleaning anything up. So, kudos to whoever their unseen helper is that's got the rags and the Clorox and gets no glory for any of this. And then at the end, the kid crashes a car he's stolen through the front of his house in one of the most awesome death scenes ever. And then they still manage to make you care about the relationship Cole had with B at the end of the movie. That is a mark of an excellent movie. Forget horror movie. Excellent movie. If I'm going to rate this out of 10, I'm going to give it a 10. Yep, I'm sorry. And it's not just because the lead actress is stunning, and she is. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet or not. And that helps. That'll get a dude's interest. That'll get a dude to click on a movie like, oh, hey. And they put in the trailer, they put the scene of her getting taking her clothes off with the bikini underneath so she can jump in the pool. Smart move in the trailer. You see her in a bikini for maybe 5 seconds in the movie. It's not done for gratuity. It's done so that they can throw it in the trailer. And through the rest of the movie, she's wearing a white t-shirt and shorts. There's no sex in it. There's the lesbian kiss she has with the girl wearing the cheerleader outfit. It's just there for fan service. It's, you know what, teenage boys, here you go. We threw this in the movie because why not? And yeah, it's really a fun movie. I can't recommend it enough. If you don't mind some gore and you want to see something entertaining and you haven't seen a good horror movie in a while, and I hadn't seen a good horror movie in a while, partly because Yvonne and I don't agree normally on. It's sort of like her with musicals. She loves her musicals, and I love a good comedy horror. I was never scared. At no point in this movie was I scared, really. There are a few moments where Cole and his girlfriend, she becomes his girlfriend during the movie, where Cole and his girlfriend are chatting, and I'm like, they're chatting kind of loud right now, considering there's somebody walking around the house with a shotgun, trying to kill them both. But, it's character development. Those things happen in movies. So, yeah, I can't recommend this enough. This was a fun movie, and I'm really glad I spent an hour and a half today watching it. Good time spent. Good time spent. Hockey took a nice little break for me. I get to rock the Bob Ross and talk to you fine people about a movie that's actually pretty darn good. The Babysitter on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray DVD. It should be. Again, if you like Ash versus Evil Dead, this is right up your alley. This is right up. I was waiting for the kid to get a chainsaw. I was like, at some point, this kid has to get a chainsaw. He didn't. But, I was waiting for that. This really feels like it could exist in the same universe. The book she had was a devil book. It wasn't the Book of the Dead. They didn't call it the Book of the Dead. But it kind of had a similar feel to it, certainly. And it was fun. It was a nice romp. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and yes, I am euphoric about how great this movie is. What a great movie this is, and I will actually try to get my wife to watch it at some point. Because I've watched it once, I can tell her, you're going to want to close your eyes here. You're going to want to close your eyes here. Because I think the actual story, the kid running away from trouble, the characters that are in this, and some of the moments in the movie I think she'd find very entertaining. The deaths would be a little graphic for her liking, but what a great movie. So yeah, 10. And I apologize to all the movies I haven't given 10s that may have deserved them, but this movie for me is fantastic. Another movie I would compare this to is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is fantastic that way too. A lot of blood and guts, played for laughs. You know what? Yvonne really liked Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Maybe she would like this one too. So yeah, there you go. That's the highest recommendation I can give. But let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you again soon.